everyone, my name's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a book review for you, and it is for The Walls Around Us by Nova Ren Suma. So when I picked this book up out of the library, it was definitely a cover borrow. Look how beautiful it looks, and it actually does have something to do with the story, these like flower things. And then I looked at the back and I read the blurb and I was like, you know what, I could do that. I did think this was a thriller, and I mentioned that in my TBR of books I want to read before I leave, but it's not a thriller, it's just creepy. So this book follows two point of views. The first one is Amber, who is incarcerated in the Aurora Hills juvenile detention center for manslaughter, and she's got a sentence that is long. She's already been there for 3 years, and one night the locks on all of their cells get opened and they have free reign over the entire prison. The second point of view is Violet, who is a ballerina, and she has been doing ballet for like 13 years or something, and she's about to leave for Juilliard to study ballet at a tertiary level. And it's not about either of these two girls. It's about Orianna, who used to be Violet's best friend and becomes Amber's cellmate. And it's about how they got to where they are in each point of the story. What I really enjoyed about this was that the two point of views take place in different times. Sort of. It's really complicated. So Violet's story takes place in the present tense. So she's telling us this is happening and this is what's happening and this is what happened and how I feel about it now. And overall, I didn't like Violet's point of view, and I don't know if it's because there was lots of ballet references, even though I sort of knew what they were talking about because I come from a performing arts background, or if it was because she was just an intensely unlikable character, and I'm thinking it was because she's an intensely unlikable character, and she's done really well for someone so intensely unlikable. Amber's point of view, on the other hand, is in past tense, even though the events of this particular book are taking place in the present. It's hard to explain because it's a ghost story, but suffice it to say that she's saying it like she remembers what's been happening. So, yes, spoiler alert, Amber is dead. But that's sort of told on the blurb, so I don't really see that as a spoiler. So Amber's dead, and she's sort of remembering what's happening as she goes through, and she tells the story of how she met Orianna, what happened leading up to her death. I think it's telling of how much we're supposed to hate Violet that we can really relate with Amber and enjoy her as a character and like her so much more, despite the terrible things that she's done and did and does, even though she's incarcerated for manslaughter and she's in jail and she has been there for a long time. And we've got Violet on the other side, who is free, and we hate her. I hated her. The way the story unfolds, it flips between Amber's point of view and Violet. So we start off with like the sort of prologue, and you've got Amber. You've got a chapter of Amber where the cells open up, and then you've got a chapter of Violet where she is doing her big solo before she goes off to Juilliard. And then you've got a whole block of Amber and a whole block of Violet, and then a whole block of Amber, then a whole block of Violet. I think that flicking between the two points of view is a very good way to tell the story, especially when it's about someone else. You sort of uncover things organically from each side, and it was done really well. I'm not very eloquent at these reviews. I really liked the writing style. It was very nice. Very good. I liked the setting. I liked, especially, like, most of the story takes place at a prison. I really liked how it was set, like the setting of it, the atmosphere around it, and I also liked like the little bits we see of other settings even though we only saw them for a short time, they were also done like so well, and I just really, really enjoyed that. Another thing I liked was that it didn't move too fast, even though it's only about 320 pages long, but things were like sort of told about like at like an okay pace. I'm really bad with words. Why do I review books? I can't do this. I did have a few questions about the ending, but I know that this story is over, so I probably will never learn. Overall, I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I think everything was done really well. It was like a good setting, good characters, they were well developed. It's really creepy, and there's some really like intense themes. Thank you for watching this video. If it made sense, you can go ahead and like it. That'd be nice. Let me know if you've read it. If you've read it, what did you think of it? And I will see you next time.